planetary industrial complex. The potential for the disastrous rise of misplaced power exists and will persist.
Whether we believe in our capacity for self-government or whether we abandon the American Revolution and confess that a little intellectual elite can plan our lives for us better than we can plan them ourselves.
That the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Fear itself. Fear itself. Fear itself. Where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character.
The fight is growing confidence and growing strength in the air. We shall never surrender.
My Prepper brothers and sisters, you've arrived at the bunker. Grab a cup of joe, a stout tea, or maybe your favorite adult beverage. This is the Prepper's place for open discussion on whatever the hell we want. Brought to you whatever the hell way we want. This is the new format of Top's Bunker. So sit down, kick back, post up, relax, and welcome to the bunker.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall. Military industrial complex.
And we as a people will get to the promised land.
We will make America strong again, proud again, safe again. We will make America great again.
Preppers, survivalists, off-gridders, homesteaders, and the like. Welcome to Top's Bunker, a podcast for preppers. Leave a voicemail to get on the show, speakpipe.com/tops, or use the live message option on our Facebook group, Top's Bunker. Email us at shtf@topsbunker.com. Visit our site, topsbunker.com. In case y'all haven't noticed, Top's Bunker is now a weekly show, dropping new episodes every Monday night at 10 p.m. sharp. But be patient, getting the broadcast out to all the different podcatchers at the same time takes a minute. It's a trickle-down kind of a thing. The big ones like iTunes and Google and Spotify usually get them first. Then the smaller audience podcatchers get their broadcasts. Please remember to leave a 5-star rating if your podcatcher has that function. Share with your friends and help us grow. We really do appreciate the support. So what I'm going to do is everything that we talk about tonight, I'm going to do that with. So our listeners will have a complete click over list. They can just go right over while they're listening to the podcast. They can actually click on and be like looking up stuff.
That'll be awesome. Yeah, you stole all of my thunder, man. But yeah, you had you're that kid that went through the whole catalog in Sears and Roebuck or whatever, or JCPenney's, and every page was tabbed out, right?
Oh, absolutely. Especially in the lingerie section.
Okay, so that's where we're going to start right there.
Hell yeah.
How's everybody doing? So we got Jeremy, Buddy, and Rhonda, and myself on tonight. We are talking about last minute Christmas gifts that you can get for your prepper, survivalists, off-gridder, homesteader, and the like. So that's what we're doing tonight. And we're going to just do a couple little lists, and we're going to have some fun. And we always do this every year. We've been doing it every year, trying to help people out. And hopefully you guys are going to be getting some really good stuff for everybody. Now, everything that we talk about tonight, we're going to try to get in the show notes so that you guys can just go ahead down into your podcatcher there and click on them. They will be affiliate links. So word up front, we do get a little something if you guys click over and do that. So even if you just click on them, it really helps us. You don't even have to buy anything. But if you do, I love shopping. So when I click over, I'm usually finding something to buy. But the click is really important too, because it keeps us rolling in the Amazon Associate Program. The program allows us to put clickable links that you guys can go check out. And if you buy something, we get a couple of pennies for it. But the click, just getting there, we have to have. If we don't get the clicks, we don't get to stay in the Amazon Associates. So help us out, click it over, check out some stuff. And hey, if you like something, buy it. I mean, it'll really help out the show. And that's all I'm going to say on that. Who would like to go first tonight?
Me.
What?
Me.
Okay. Well, Rhonda hasn't even been on the show for a while. Why don't you say hi to the audience at least?
Hi, audience.
Why don't you reintroduce yourself, since everybody's probably forgotten about you?
Oh, whatever.
She's been hiding under a rock somewhere.
I have. Well, okay, let me just tell you everything then. I just found out last week. I've been kind of sick and feeling bad for a few months, and found out last week, and I don't want to get off on this topic, but I'm just going to tell you real quick. I got Keith got diagnosed with Rocky Mountain spotted fever recently. And so I went and got tested, and they said that I had alpha gal from the Lone Star tick, which is the one that makes you allergic to bees.
No.
And I also had another one called ehrlichiosis. So I had 2 tick-borne diseases.
And she's pretty messed up for a while, yeah.
So that's why the biggest reason I have not been around.
Jeremy, you know the alpha gal?
Oh, man. So one of the guys that I work with on contract, he's a retired SF guy, and he suffers from that. And he had absolutely no idea that he'd even been bitten by a tick.
Right.
He found it, brushed it off, a normal thing. He didn't see any inflammation. He didn't see a ring or anything like that. So he went on about his business. And he was eating, I forget what he said he was eating, but he burst out into hives, swelled up, throat closed off, and some other stuff. Yeah. And they're like, yeah, man, you can't eat red meat anymore. And he's like devastated because he loves meat. So,
well, that's what we're trying with Rhonda right now. Go ahead, Rhonda. You can tell them.
Well, I don't have it that bad, thankfully, but I do get sick from it, but I don't swell up or get hives or anything. Yeah,
because we've been going like throughout our normal, regular, everyday stuff, like going to get burgers when we go downtown and stuff. And like afterwards, she's like feeling like bad, and she never gets sick.
No, I thought I was just getting old. I was feeling really bad and achy all over, and headaches, and but thank goodness I didn't get it as bad as your friend. So when I'm feeling brave, I eat something, I'll eat something anyway. I ate a sausage roll this weekend, and then I suffered for 2 days afterwards.
Yeah, we went to the donut shop on the way to the gun show, and got some kolaches, and with the meat sausage in them, and yeah, she wasn't feeling too good after that. But
it was delicious, but it wasn't worth the payment that I had to make.
Basically, it's any mammal that has hair. So she can eat chicken, turkey, fish, that kind of stuff. But red meat, beef, deer, pork, milk, she can't.
Cheese, sour cream,
milk, cheese, right? So we're changing everything in our kitchen up, to go a different route on some of that other stuff. She already doesn't drink milk, so that's not a problem. But we changed it. We found some butter that tastes really good. That doesn't have animal in it. That sort of thing. Yeah, it sucks, man. I told y'all that I got sick and had fevers really bad and couldn't figure out what it was. And I went to the doctor and everything, and just for a regular checkup. And I said, hey, can you guys, they were going to do blood. And I said, hey, can you guys check? I got bit by ticks and I want to make sure everything's good. And they came back and said, nope, no Lymes, nothing like that. But we found antibodies that you've had Rocky Mountain spotted fever recently. So, and that's pretty dangerous. So they put me on some antibiotics just to make sure everything was gone. And then 2 weeks later, Rhonda comes out and tells us that she got hit with the tick with that thing. So, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway.
Ticks are bad.
That would be a death sentence for me. I love red meat.
I don't give a crap. I'd be eating steaks all the time, even if I'm throwing up next day. I don't care. I'm eating red meat.
You've got me thinking now, because I have some mysterious stuff going on too.
Get checked, man. Those ticks are crazy.
Google it, because the symptoms are things that you wouldn't even think of.
Yeah, me and Jay went out to the range one day and ended up coming in, and we had a meeting later on that night. I look over at him during the meeting and go, hey man, check yourself for ticks. I just pulled 8 of them off me. They were the little seed ticks.
Were they all on the grass? Were you out there like by the grass and stuff?
Yeah, there was tall grass. We went to a range and it was a hayfield basically.
Right.
And oh man, it was terrible. Anyways, yeah, you got me thinking now. Oh no, I won't be able to sleep all night.
It's nice. Period.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a doctor, I would say you definitely go get a blood test and tell them, hey, I got bit by ticks and I want to make sure everything's good.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, back to Christmas. Can y'all even believe we're talking about Christmas? Sorry.
And she's back. You done messing everything up? Done dropping stuff, banging stuff? You done?
I'm done.
Okay.
Well, okay, so I didn't make a list, but what I have is ideas, and it works with your list. Your lists are going to complement what I'm about to talk about.
That sounds very complicated.
And it works for boys and girls.
What in the world was that?
Ozzy, get out of here.
I believe that may have been my wife screaming at a puppy who's probably peeing on the floor.
Oh.
I heard somebody scream. I'm like, whoa, what was, in my ears, it sounds like a ghost or something in the other room.
I didn't even hear it.
Oh, goodness.
Funny. Leave that in, Keith.
This puppy, I'm telling you, I mean, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. You take him outside. He goes pee. He'll go poop. He'll come inside. He'll go pee. He'll go poop. And he'll just pee randomly, not even giving any warning. It's ridiculous.
And he's a puppy.
Very much so. But
they train so much easier than older dogs. That's crazy.
But so is his father. His father is only 16 months old.
Wow. Is that possible?
Oh yeah. Trust me.
Wow.
My female knew exactly what she's doing. She's almost 7 now. She's a trifling ass cougar, and she knew exactly what she was doing.
Oh God!
And it wasn't even a moment we turned around the first time. And I was actually on contract. My wife sent me a picture, and she's like, "Oh, hey, by the way," she sent me a picture of him locked up, and I'm like, "Can you put a stop to this? I mean, come on, man." They ended up locked up probably like 12 times, and at some point she just gave up. She's like, it's gonna happen, she's gonna be pregnant.
We're gonna get banned from the internet.
Dude.
we can't get banned from the internet. We have to go down some rabbit holes first.
Yeah, I'm sure my FBI guy in my phone is tailoring my ads right now, so.
Right.
I wonder if your guy knows my guy.
I don't know.
Or if they're the same one, maybe. I don't know.
I'm convinced I have a DIA person down in my crawl space. Oh, goodness. All right, so back to Christmas.
Yeah.
Okay. This is an idea that's going to work for boys and girls, young and old, and even they, thems. It'll work for anybody. It's not a new concept.
Did you say thems?
They, thems.
No, we don't do that. We don't do they, thems around here.
Pets. It works for everybody.
Okay.
So it's not a new concept, but I like it because it is versatile and it works for everybody that's listening to the show right now can use it. And I bet you a lot of people have already done it anyway. So my idea is to use buckets. I like 5-gallon buckets.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the stuff that y'all are going to talk about might complement the bucket idea, bucket gifts. I talked about it once before, but here's why I like it. It's kind of like firing a shotgun with buckshot. If you throw one present at somebody, it's kind of hit or miss. They may like it, they may not like it. If you fill up a bucket full of a bunch of gifts, there's going to be something in there they like.
Oh, I like that. That's a good idea. Am I getting a bucket?
Maybe.
What were you going to say, buddy?
I'm going to use that one. I like it.
That's a great idea.
And there's countless ways to customize this and make it work based on the recipient of your gift. Maybe your loved one doesn't like buckets at all. I don't know why anybody in the world wouldn't like another bucket, but it could happen. You can use something like a flower pot or a decorative bowl, a storage crate, backpack, if you garden bag for garden tools and stuff like that, any bag, you can load it up. If you're trying to buy for a rough and tough guy, like a man's man, you can use an ammo can. Hey, that works for ladies too, by the way. A tool bag. They have these couch organizers that you can put by your couch, fill it up with TV snacks or something. I don't know. You can use a cooler, fill it up with outdoor tackle and tools and stuff. Any kind of container. If you got kids may not be as fascinated with containers as I am yet, anyway, but they can still make use of them, like milk crates, backpacks again, lunch boxes, totes, baskets, basket full of bath toys. How fun would that be?
So what you're saying is I can go to Tractor Supply and spend 20 minutes in there and I'm done with Christmas.
Yep.
Probably so, yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Target has a cool section in the front where they have little small gifts that you buy that are inexpensive. I don't know if it's $5 and under or something like that. But man, you could fill up some buckets in that area.
Yeah, I'm definitely stealing that one.
So
Borrowing, stealing, whatever it may be.
That actually kind of reminds me of a Christmas from when I was a little kid, when we were very, very, very poor. And I didn't know any better back then, and I didn't care. But my mom brought me a literal bucket of Legos that she collected from different thrift shops.
nice.
I thought it was the greatest thing ever.
I think this is the most versatile gift out there.
I think you're going to get the award for the most versatile.
Yeah, I like that.
Well, it's not original, but I did find some ways to describe it where it might appeal to people more than just saying it's a bucket full of stuff.
So can I go through my garage with a bucket and just throw crap I don't use anymore and give that away too?
That is like the best re-gifting idea I've ever heard of. A bucket full of crap that you don't use.
I'm actually going to do that. I got a party coming up. Nice.
You can make it personal if you want to buy buy things that are personal to the recipient, or you can do random stuff or mix it up. You can make it themed. Like, let's say you have a little redneck granddaughter that you want to buy camo stuff for.
The redneckinest. Is that what you call her, Jeremy?
That is the redneckinest grandbaby ever.
So what I'm going to do is give Keith some links to some cool containers that I think can get people started with some ideas, and he'll put those in the show notes. And also, here's another good reason to do this. When you watch somebody unpacking their bucket one little thing at a time, it's kind of fun, and I guarantee you everybody in the room's going to watch. So kind of adds a little fun to the tearing paper off of stuff. Something different.
I like it. So in this bucket, you're going to like wrap everything in there?
That's up to the person. I personally don't like wrapping paper. I think it's a waste of trees. But a lot of people like to, for little kids, I can understand it's fun for them to tear the paper off.
I think you should do a 5-gallon bucket and with your idea, but fill it first with beans or rice and put everything in there. So they have to dig through the beans to get to it.
That's a great idea.
And then they can eat the beans later.
Can you imagine the look of sheer confusion on somebody's face? They're like, "Oh, wow, dude, nice bucket." Be like, "Yeah, man, it's inside." And they're like, "You got me a bucket full of freaking rice? What the hell?"
Yeah, exactly. I'm just thinking of your future.
Just make sure it's not your house, because I can see a kid look at you and then tip it up, just tip it over.
Dude.
That is the first if you want to be a real pain in the ass to somebody, fill it full of shred and glitter.
No, that's not fun.
I am known for sending glitter bombs to buddies of mine that are overseas.
Oh, send them a bucket of glitter.
Cool. So is that your whole Christmas thing?
That's my whole spiel about buckets.
I like it.
We bought 20 buckets the other day, and they got delivered.
That's right. Because of you, Jeremy, you have inspired us to bucket garden this next time around.
Nice.
Yeah.
And they were $2.98 a piece on, what was the name of the place? Sportsman's.
The Sportsman's Guide, or I think it's called.
Oh, yeah.
They were how much?
$2.98, super cheap.
Yeah.
Are they
How many
BPA
gallons?
free?
Yes.
How many gallons?
They were on
They're food
clearance because they're green and not that.
No, actually, they're not food grade. They're BPA free, though.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're green. I guess people didn't like green, so that color was discounted.
Very nice.
Sportsman's
nice.
Warehouse. Sportsman's
Yeah.
Warehouse.
Talking from out there, where do you? Well, they've got the online presence, but I actually found where my daughter lives in Casper. They have one, and I walked in and I was like, "Oh my god, my wallet's in my pocket. I got to get out of here." Yeah.
All right, buddy, what you got?
Oh man, I have to follow that. Oh,
You can follow Jeremy if you like.
I'll make a stab at it.
Thanks for showing up, man.
Yeah. Okay. Well, after show tonight, folks. So yeah, I kind of did mine a little differently. What's on Buddy's list? Kind of you can pick and choose what you know. These are just things. After seeing Jeremy's list, I cheated and looked at Jeremy's list, and I was like, wow, there's no way I'm going to be able to. He had a very thorough list. So
For the audience, Jeremy is an overachiever. Let's just say that he is a super freak overachiever. Every time we're about to do a show, he'll text us and be like, "Hey, I put all my notes and everything in the Google Share Drive. Why don't you guys check them out?" Has us go through and edit them and dot the I's and T's and do all that kind of stuff. He's
it's not that I'm an overachiever. It's that I've been hit in the head a lot. That's what it is. I don't have a good memory anymore.
Well, unlike Buddy, I did not look at your list because I didn't want to be sad. So,
well, I was looking to see if he was going to buy me something, but it didn't look like he's buying me anything. So there's a bucket. I'll at the end of the show, I'll give you my address there, Jeremy, so you can send me a bucket.
Hey man, I should be down.
All right. Well, here we go with my list. I categorize mine with a shoot, move, communicate, sustain, and train.
Whoa! Say that again.
Shoot, move, communicate, sustain, and train. And that's with my day job with the Cloverleaf Precision. That's my world. I've been working a lot of training lately, so our whole philosophy of our actual company is shoot, move, communicate, sustain, and then train. So I kind of categorize it like that. So in my shooting category, I would like Santa to bring me a Sig Romeo 5 sight, a little peep sight for the top of my AR with a 3x magnifier because Buddy's eyes are starting to go.
I like that combination, by the way. I'll stop you there, though. I actually got one. Was it for? I think I got it for Rhonda, right? Did I get it for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we are missing the magnifier. It's somehow in one of our moves. We think one of the movers got into something and took some stuff because we can't find the magnifier anywhere. It's gone.
They always do. That's for sure. So yeah, that would be very nice if Santa would bring me that. I would much appreciate it. And then we'll go to the move part where, after you shoot, you got to move. So part of the movement I thought I was going to do a bug out bag. And I thought, we've done that and it's overdone. And I don't like the bug out bag anyhow, but there's some things I would like to add to my get home bag or a bug out bag or anything else that I might have. I'd like to get an Arcticus, and this Arcticus brand, emergency blanket this year.
Ooh, what's that?
It's a higher end emergency blanket.
Not like a Mylar type of thing, maybe a little.
It's you got your Mylar. A lot of this one has Mylar on one side, but it's a little more durable. So Mylar blankets, the little cheap ones you buy, usually they're in your medical kits and stuff. They'll last one use and they're gone, which they're cheap. Mm-hmm. They're kind of throwaway anyhow. These are, you can fold them up and reuse them. So there's a little more just a little bit more durability there and reusability. So I like it. Also, I like the Arcticus wool blanket. They make a nice wool blanket. I talked about this in our winter prep episode, where a nice wool blanket. And I used to hate them in the Army because they get wet and they're heavy and they're not lightweight. I like to be lightweight, but wool blankets are very warm. So they got some nice patterns out there on these wool blankets. So sure would like Santa to bring me one of those. Also, I'd like a Snug Pack. Snug Pack's a brand. It's a British company. Makes some nice winter stuff. It's a Snug Pack Arrowhead Parka. I'm into parkas now. They're just warm. I like the hood. It just adds to a layer of durability and blocks the wind better and keeps you warmer. I'm getting older, so I need the extra layers and stuff now. So I like that. In the Snug Pack, they make a nice, durable, war battle hardened, battle proven product that's out there that's nice and it's going to last forever. Now, also,
how big is that blanket?
The blankets they're personal. You're going to be able to roll up in them. The blankets,
so you can get your whole body around in it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It's just it's another layer, and a larger person is not going to be able to get tucked in real well in it, but it's going to add to some warmth to your whole system there. And then with blankets, if you layer them, if you have a wool blanket, you can stick that Mercy blanket on the outside. Even the cheap Mylar blankets, it'll help hold in the heat and give you a little extra layer of protection there and warmth. All right, the next is a GeoPress. I like the GeoPress. It's by Grail. Basically, it's a water filtration system where it's looks like a thermos. You can cook out of it. You can do a lot of things out of this one little product. The Grail product it's called GeoPress, where you get your basically like a canteen cup, pour it into your water bottle, and then you press down on it, and it filters your water through it, and then you can drink it. A little on the expensive end for products like that. I mean, it's not like buying a Life Straw. Life Straws are pretty cheap. These are higher end and a little more expensive, but it'll last. You can cook out of it. You can do everything you want to out of it is with your water filtration, and it's small enough and packable enough to where it's a good piece of kit. Also, I like the Sawyer Minis. It won't do the same thing. You can't really cook out of a Sawyer Mini, but it's a little lower end that you can use for water filtration.
Well, I love them. We've got them in all our kits. They're really good. The Sawyer Minis are small, but they come with the little plunger and the pouch and all that, and the backwasher as well. And they're fairly inexpensive.
Yeah, when I found the Sawyer Minis, I had a bunch of Life Straws because you can buy Life Straws. You can catch them, especially a few years ago, man. Around Christmas time, I caught a sale on them, and I had about 15, and had them just every pack had them. I had them all over the house, and every bag, every this, every that, I had extra. And then when I found the Sawyer Minis, I was like, man, these are just so much better than the Life Straws. So people get those for free, I just start handing them out to people, and they like them. I just kind of upgrade. I feel like it's an upgrade. So nothing against the Life Straw people use, but I'm a Sawyer Mini guy or a GeoPress guy. Also, man, I've used one of these and in Tennessee and North Carolina on the rescue recovery for Helene, and I want one bad. It's a 20 watt. And it's a Win brand, WEN, electric chainsaw. These things are tough, man. It's not going to cut down a 100-year-old tree, but if you have a log or something hanging over the road, or you have a limb, I should say, limb hanging over the road, you need to clear. It'll tackle some pretty good sized stuff. The battery life is great. The chains are surprisingly sharp, and I love them. So yeah, that's on my list, and it's small enough to where if you had to stick it in your rucksack, you could, or your bug out bag, or behind the seat of your truck. It's not going to take up.
So it's got like an 8 or 6 or an 8-inch chain, like a small one.
Yeah,
or a bar.
Yeah. Now they make even smaller ones that are like, I want to call them handheld. Like one hand is kind of like a handheld saw. They're smaller, and it'll cut small branches that they have as well. But this one, it did some work for us out there. So real impressed with it. It's on Buddy's list for Santa Claus. So there you go. Also, now we're in the communication section. Man, all I want is a couple more of those. It's a Baofeng 8-watt radio, so I can communicate.
I thought you already had the Baofengs. Is this something different?
Oh yeah, you have them, and then you hand them out to people, and they don't give them back. You train with them. They drop them in the water. They're basically throwaways, but these are cheap enough to where you can continue to buy.
Now, I've always heard that the 5-watt one was good. You're saying this is an 8-watt? Is that much better?
We started out with the 5-watt, and we're don't buy the 8-watt, you don't need it. But now they're starting to come out with the 8 watts and improve them to where I'm sold on the 8 watts now. They just have a little bit more reach to them, a little more power.
Good to know.
I would definitely, and for the money, why buy 8 when you can have or why buy 5 when you can have 8? So
right.
And there's some other things that they have features on the upgraded 8-watt, and that basically you're gonna. It's well worth the money. That's the one I personally buy, and I love the BF8FHP. And that's the Baofeng BF for Baofeng 8FHP. That's the one I like. And
can you spell Baofeng for me, please?
BAOFENG. I can spell it phonetically too.
And they're very, very popular. That's you hear them talking on YouTube all day. Everybody's talking about them.
Right. Well, just in case anybody's listening that doesn't know about it.
Yeah. And they're running sales right now. Different companies, Amazon. They're normally run these 8-watt FHPs run about $60. Not like the 5-watt that's run around 20. But the cool thing is you're getting extended. You're getting a whole kit full of stuff with them. And I saw a sale on, I think it was B-Tech. That's Bravo Tech, B-Tech. It's a Baofeng company that they were running for a special for $45 for Black Friday. So, for one or for two? For one.
Okay.
They got a sale. I'm on their site right now. They have a Christmas sale going on, Keith.
Yeah, good to know. Well, it's interesting because we were just talking about that earlier today. We're like, we should get a couple of those. Yeah,
they're well worth it. And then a little training with them that comes along with them, and you're set. You get some radio. With your radios, you get some learn some antenna theory. Get some different antennas going with them, and learn about the system and about the repeaters and things you can do with them, and they're going to work. They're going to work. A dude with the 5-watt radio saved a town of Little Germany and up in Tennessee. So
I've got 6 of them.
Yeah. I lost count. Matter of fact, I'm working on this week on. Well, I was supposed to. Next week, I'm putting all my communication stuff together to see what I have still, because some of them went by the way of the dodo. So we'll see what we got. But yeah, definitely great purchase right there. Good piece of kit. All right, going into sustain. Sustainment, I look at, that's the homestead portion or the gardening portion of your overall plan. The sustainment, I have seeds down there. I started getting in my seed catalogs. I think we've talked about, and it's like Christmas for me when I get the seed catalogs in.
Hey, I went and signed up for seed catalogs on all those seed sites that you guys talked about. Just wanted to tell you that, and they've been coming in the mail.
Oh yeah, it's wonderful. I love it. I just got one a couple days ago. I got some Dixondale onions. Man, talk about some good onions right there. But
We just got our catalog in today.
yeah,
So stoked.
It's time to start planning. And that's a whole nother podcast right there. But this is time of year where
Uh-oh.
yeah, you'll have to start planning for the next thing.
Yeah, I got a couple of seeds from Johnny Seed just came in this week. So I think one of them is the chocolate habanero.
Oh,
Ahi's some sort of pepper. I'm not sure what it is though. It's like a sweet pepper.
oh, that'd be nice. So yeah, one of the things I was looking at is fabric pots. I grow in fabric pots a lot. It's kind of like Jeremy's buckets, except they're just fabric.
Oh, I saw those. It's like a bucket, but they're made out of fabric.
I actually have a few of them.
I like to five gallon for my peppers, 10 for the tomato plants, and then 20-gallon. It's an oblong shaped pot that for other things you can put potatoes in it. I've heard people call them potato sacks.
So are these disposable, or can you reuse them?
Oh, you can reuse them. I've reused some of them for 3, 4 years, 5 years. After a while, they start to tear, or critters start to gnaw on them a little bit to get to whatever's in there, roots or whatever. So, they're cheap enough where you can buy them in a bundle off of Amazon. I don't know. I can't remember the exact price on them, but they're cheap enough where you can buy 10 of them at a time and use them for a couple of years, and it almost next to nothing when it comes.
I was looking at those and saw the rectangle ones I've never seen before, but was actually thinking about those, Keith, for the greenhouse. That's a good idea, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had good luck with them. I didn't have as good a luck with the 5-gallon buckets, and I took a sustainable gardening class. Let's see what it was called, container gardening. And we did almost 90% of everything with 5-gallon buckets. And I just did better with the fabric pots. I don't know. You have to water a lot more with it. So that's something, they dry out a lot easier, but they also breathe. Oxygen gets to the roots and stuff like that a lot easier. So it requires a lot more water, but it's something to play with. You can see if you like them or not. But next is training. I harp on training. Everybody needs to train, whether you're watching a YouTube video or actually going and doing training in person, maybe a virtual training, whatever it may be. You can watch a video and you can learn some stuff, but man, getting out and doing it with somebody who's, the master of the craft is so rewarding. And to me, it's just, I don't know. I'd rather do stuff in person and go out and where I can ask questions and see it. And that's how I learn. I have to basically sleep on top of something and get it through osmosis before I learn something. So I have to see it, hear it, taste it, get beat over the head by it. I enjoy learning new things and training and meeting new people and training. And you have to really get down and decide what you're weak on. I'm right now putting together my fiscal year 2025 training goals. And then from there, I'll go and find the training that I want, and I have certain things that I'm targeting this year. There's certain things that I targeted last year. There was a couple opportunities to get some stuff that I really didn't think I needed that I went ahead and got, and it paid off dividends. So good stuff there, and sometimes you don't learn a lot in the training, but the people you meet and the relationships that you gain in these training events is, you might learn something else along the way just because of the relationship there. So go train, find some training. If you need any questions, about training or whatever, you can hit me up on the Facebook chat, instant message me. And, I've had people hit me up and ask me about, radio training or whatever that's going on. And I'll be happy to help you out. So I'm sure that I'll speak for Jeremy. I'm sure he would help out too. And Keith and Rhonda. I think we all want to help people or we wouldn't be doing this. So
One good thing about our Facebook group is everybody on there is very helpful. They're not sarcastic jerks like on some other groups.
I'm on a couple other groups, and from the lack of better terms, it becomes a penis measuring session. Who's got the bigger stick out there, and everybody's got to put everybody down to make them feel better and stuff. I don't think I've seen any on our page, which is kind of crazy.
It makes me absolutely sick when a person who's just trying to get started and asking simple questions gets jumped all over by some old head out there who thinks that they are the King, Swing, and Richard of everything to do with prepping and survival. But, they're that same dude that's sitting behind a computer in their basement sweating out some M&Ms that they just jammed in their mouth hole. I hate people who attack beginners. It makes me angry. Yeah. It really does.
Yeah, I always go and look and see before I don't even engage them anymore. I used to like to fight with them, but I'll go in and do a little reconnaissance on their profile and just kind of see what kind of person they are and stuff like that. And I mean, 9 times out of 10, they're big losers anyhow. So it's like, well,
yeah.
No use to engage,
It's like the same thing where I've seen people online. Like I had a former soldier. I had absolutely no idea about it until after I retired, but she was actually a power lifter. And she had posted a picture of herself. And if you didn't know anything about powerlifting or this particular person, you would think that she looked like an overweight female soldier. And some dude made a comment, and I had to jump in, and I was like, "You piece of S!" I was angry as all hell. So sorry, rant.
Yeah, man, powerlifters they're bigger people, man. I mean,
yeah,
it is what it is, man.
I mean, she was an all-army athlete. That chick was out there doing more than 95% of the guys that I know. I mean, she was a beast and a half.
Yeah, people don't get it, man. All right. Last thing I've got is you should have some medical training, and you can get it online. You can get it from a lot of different places. But there's a few things that, is on my Christmas list here that I want to get. And I'm a big fan of Refuge Medical. I do some training with them. Know those guys. They're homeboys. Deployed with them to North Carolina and Tennessee. Respect them a lot. They have a great company. I guess I'm shilling for them here a little bit.
Do they have a website?
Website, refugemedical.com.
We'll put it in the show notes too.
Yep. Training. They have training department. They've got, they sell medical kits mainly, but I do respect them. The customer service is awesome. They got great kits. And so one of them that I highly suggest is called a slick kit. It fits in your pocket, cargo pocket, back pocket. You can take it out while you're chopping wood, while you're working around the farm. While you're going to work, you can just stick this thing in your pocket, briefcase, in your pack. And it's just real small, and it has just exactly what you need for stop the bleed event. Add a tourniquet in there, and you've got it all. I like their travel kit. It goes with me everywhere I drive. It's in my truck. It's a more advanced kit. It's got a couple tourniquets in there. A lot more gauze, a lot more wraps. It's got a few more things. It's got some boo-boos in there, Band-Aids for the boo-boos and things like that. My very favorite kit of theirs is Advanced Bleed Kit. It's a one-stop shop. It's about around $60.
That's not bad at all.
No, you get a tourniquet, and you're getting gauze, you're getting wraps, gloves, because you're not going to touch anything that's wet, that's not yours, unless you got, your gloves on. So it comes with gloves. It comes with all the things you need. But definitely check them out. That's refugemedical.com. Check them out. And, the best thing you can do is buy somebody for Christmas is something to save somebody else's life. So, and I got many more other things, but I think my time is running short.
Your time is up. Well, with my Christmas list here, last minute Christmas items, I went with homesteading. I figured you guys were all going to go with the survival stuff, and I didn't want to step on toes and get blown away by something really, really cool like Refuge Medical, because I would have picked something really cheap. So I went with homesteading. We got a couple of items. The first one is going to be the backyard homesteads Backyard Homestead Seasonal Planner. This is a book. It's what to do and when to do it in the garden, orchard, barn, pasture, and equipment shed. Author Ann Larkin Hansed sets the priorities for each area of the farm, including the barn, garden, orchard, field, pasture, and woodlot. For every critical turn of the year, that's 12 in all, Hansen provides an at-a-glance to-do list along with tips and more in-depth discussions on key topics for the season. So I think this is a really good book to get if you're just getting into homesteading. Even if you have one, this is a good book to get. Next, and this is something that I have, I think that everybody should get into beekeeping. Beekeeping is really awesome. For me, it's a calming thing, but it's also a business that we're starting. And I started with 4 of them, but you can start with 1 or even smaller, but they're Bee Castle 10-frame Langstroth beehives. They come with 2 deep boxes and 1 medium, plus they got the bottom board, landing board, top board, cover, all that stuff. The Bee Castle beehives are completely coated in beeswax inside and out, every single surface. So you don't have to paint them. They will last a while. They're very, very well built. All of the joints are dovetailed and they're absolutely solid and square. I really like them. Definitely check them out. If you're going to get into beekeeping, I did a lot of research, and you can build your own beehives or you can buy them. If you're going to buy them, definitely check out Bee Castle before you check out anybody else. Next up is going to be NutriChef Precision Vacuum Sealer Food Preservation System. If you are in homesteading, you should definitely get a vacuum sealer. This is a starter kit. It's got extra bags. It's compact design, lab tested. They've got modes for dry and moist foods. There's an LED indicator light, and it's 12 inches and it's stainless steel. It's a perfect size for just starting out. Next is going to be I don't know how to say this. I think it's Regenary. It's the 24-piece cheesecloth bulk grade 100 hemmed cheesecloth. That's a lot to say. But basically, it's cheesecloth, and you can really use it. It's great for cheese making, pickling, fermenting. There's so many situations where I wish I had some cheesecloth. This is a great product. Next up is Mason Tops Complete Mason Jar Fermentation Kit. Now, this is a starter kit, but it's great for pickling, sauerkraut, kimchi making, fermentation. They have fermentation airlocks, the lids, with wide mouth mason jars. And it's a great starter kit to get out of the box with. And it's actually pretty reasonably priced as well. That's by Mason Tops. Next is going to be a heavy duty poultry shears. I'm going to have these in the show notes, but this one here, I forgot to write down in my notes the name of the brand. They're food grade stainless steel scissors for bone, chicken, meat, fish, seafood, vegetables, anti-rust, ergonomic spring-loaded shears, and they are perfect for making food preparation easier. Anybody who's ever worked with animal parts, you want a good pair of shears. Next is going to be the Urban Homesteading Heirloom Skills for Sustainable Living. This is a book. The Urban Homesteading is the perfect back to the land guide for urbanites who want to reduce their impact on the environment, full of practical information as well as inspiring stories from people already living the urban homesteading life. Now, that's crazy saying homesteading and urban, but there are actual people out there that are doing homesteading in an urban environment, neighborhoods, and even they're even doing it in small, condos and apartments. They're doing it. This is a great book. You should definitely get it. And for those of you who don't want to go buy a piece of land or a house or anything like that, this is a great way to go about urban homesteading. Next up is going to be the food dehydrator machine. Again, I forgot to put the manufacturer, but I will have it in the show notes. 12-inch stainless steel trays, 800-watt dehydrator for herbs, meat, jerky. It's got everything. You can do fruits, yogurts, just the whole 9 yards. Food dehydrating is great. I wanted to put a freeze dryer on here. I know Jeremy's got one, and we're going to do a show about freeze drying. But man, they are expensive. It's not really good to put on a last minute Christmas gift. I mean, I hate to ask Jeremy, but what'd you pay for yours?
I've got a dehydrator. I'm saving up for a. Oh,
I'm sorry. I thought you had a freeze dryer.
No, I had been looking at them. Strangely enough, you'd be surprised at how many people you can find them on Amazon Marketplace or Facebook Marketplace, I should say. but a brand new system for even the smallest one, you're looking at between $2,500 and $3,500.
Yeah, I know. What is up with that? There must be like some serious technology involved.
Yeah, but the mechanism behind it to remove every bit of moisture from a food item takes a significant amount of time, and really what you're paying for is the actual motor that's in it.
Some kind of a compressor.
Yeah. It requires oiling, and it requires maintenance, and it requires all those things. That's what you're really paying for, is for that mechanism to drop the temperature so low that it removes all the moisture.
Do you like the food dehydrator that you got?
I do. And it takes a lot of experimentation.
You recommend one?
Honestly, we got one at Walmart to try out, and gotcha. It's been a lot of fun to learn how to do it. Some of it's actually flipping aggravating, just because of trying to figure out like if I have X amount of this kind of meat, how long do I need to leave it in there for? But we have one from Presto. It's called the Presto Dehydro.
I've heard of Presto. Yeah, that's a good brand.
Super common brand. You can find them pretty much everywhere. The model for ours is the Dehydrator 06300. It's a very simple, stackable, the plastic trays, they go a certain direction. The only real big difference in the one that we have is it's just a plug in and it turns on. You don't get to pick like your temperatures or whatever.
Okay. So it's up to you to figure out all the timing and stuff for the different meats. Gotcha.
Yes, and that's where the experimentation comes into play. I've watched a lot of YouTube videos on how to do certain things, like we do bananas and apples and stuff like that for the grandkids, and I was like, screw them, I'm eating all of this because it tastes so damn good. But there's also a lot of prep work that has to go into whatever you are going to dehydrate before you do so. Mm-hmm. You can't just slap a banana in there and expect the best. You actually have to cut the banana, you have to rinse it thoroughly in lemon juice, and then actually put it in there.
Well, in the description of this one here, and I didn't understand it, but there was like one thing says 800 watt dehydrator for herbs, and it says 10.9 feet squared meat dehydrator for jerky, 109 degree temperature control for this and that, they're for fruits. So there must be some really technical stuff with this one that I've got here, but you're right. Just a simple one would probably be good to start with. Well, I've only got two things left on my list. And we talked about this a few minutes ago, but 5-gallon buckets are a great gift. Believe it or not, they are a great gift. You're always needing 5-gallon buckets. I was working at the shop today and I had a hard time finding one that I didn't have already being used for something. And I finally got a hold of one, but 5-gallon buckets are awesome. There's a company called E-Package Supply that's got them at a pretty good price. White, they're made in the USA. Durable, 9 mil, food grade. They contain no BPAs, plastics, premium HPDE, and they've got them in 6-pack, 3-pack, 10-pack, however you want to go about it. So that's that. And my last item is the Muck brand Muck Boot. The Muck Boot commercial grade rubber work shoes. They are awesome. Unyielding protection is what they call them. Muck Master boots. Pinnacle in footwear, engineered, designed to tackle the most demanding environments with ease and grace. They said they have robust traction. These boots are built to ensure your feet stay dry and comfortable in any weather condition. Luxurious comfort equipped with a durable rubber liner. They have superior grip and stability in various terrains, and they're for good for muddy trails and also for slick surfaces. But Muck is a good brand. I heard you say something, Jeremy. You have a pair of Mucks?
Oh, yes. Gotta have them Mucks. Mm-hmm.
Yep. So if you know somebody who's into homesteading, that's working outside, get him or her a pair of Muck boots, and they will be very, very happy. And that is my Christmas list for homesteading. Jeremy, what you got? And just so you know, Buddy took up all your time, so you better make it quick.
Hey now.
Well, actually, Keith, I wanted to add one thing to your list.
Oh yeah, add it. Go ahead.
The next year for Farmer's Almanac. You can never go wrong with getting somebody to the Farmer's Almanac for a good stocking stuffer. So my big thing, and part of it goes along with if you've ever read the 5 Love Languages. 5 Love Languages talks about people who were gift giving, acts of service, and that kind of stuff. Well, I started thinking about people who are new to prepping, and they know that you may do some things. They don't know where to start. They don't want to be embarrassed. So the first thing that I thought about was time. Time is literally the most expensive thing that we have in our life, and you can't get it back. No matter how much investment you do, you're not going to get your time back. So you got to ensure that if you're going to share your time and teach and invest in a person, that you're getting a return on that investment. Meaning you see them progress, they continue to ask, questions, and, you've spent your unreturnable time on someone. So you have given them a piece of your life that you're never going to get back. And I think that's actually one of the biggest things that we can do for people. And I also like to teach, so I also like DIY things. So I think I think it's kind of cool with a cool concept of you getting a bunch of items, kind of like the bucket idea, for a person, and then sitting down and teaching them, what it is, how does it work, what's it for, and all those different kinds of things. And so the first thing I started off with was a DIY pre-packed go bag, or, as we call it, a get home bag. And, we all kind of talk about the rules of 3 and what's the most important. Well, water procurement and how to purify water. Couple of the things that I thought about, right off the bat, Portable Aqua is the brand, the water purification tablets, a Sawyer water filter, Life straws. Those are all good brands. And it's, not just, giving them this bag and they're like, all right, cool. Now you can make water. You got to show them how to do it. You got to show them how to purge, the actual filter part, get it wet first, and do all those things. You can't just give somebody a bunch of stuff and be like, here you go, man, go survive. You're going to make it. So that's kind of where, that's where I went with that one. The next one to go in that bag would be snacks and food. I will eat literally anything, but I have tried to get, some better stuff into my body lately in these past couple of years. I'm a big fan of the Dave's Killer Bread brand. And they have these.
I love Dave's Killer Bread. That stuff is $1 more, but it's so good.
And it's not just that it's good. The story behind it is actually really cool. Anyway, so they have these snack bars. The first one is called Outrageous Honey Organic Snack Bars. And then the next one is called Amped Up Blueberry Almond Butter organic protein bars. I'm a huge fan of the peanut butter one, or they have one that's also peanut butter. Man, I'll bring like 4 of those when I'm on contract and just like smack on them all the time. And they're very filling. You don't have to eat a whole bunch of them to actually feel it. Like, you ate them. Next one would be multi-tool. I prefer Gerber. Because when I was a soldier, and at the time I was a machine gunner, it was the fastest tool that I could find that actually could get a jammed or shredded round out of a machine gun the fastest. So I got used to Gerber. There's a whole bunch of brands. You pick your poison. I prefer Gerber. But also they have a lifetime warranty. You can take a broken Gerber, send it to Gerber, and you're going to get a Gerber back. That's their brand.
How much does a good Gerber go for?
Nowadays, like if you were to walk into, say, a Walmart, and just go back into the sporting goods section. You can find a Gerber multi-tool between, say, I don't know, $45 and $55, depending on the size. They have very small Gerber multi-tools now. They have the larger ones that come in, your cleaning kits. There are some that are very expensive. The Gerber center drive, which has multiple tools that you can attach to it, that one's $114. But the good old classic, Gerber multiplier, you're going to find it anywhere between 45 and 65, depending on where you're shopping.
Very reasonable for a multi-tool.
Yeah, with a lifetime warranty.
Man, Leatherman start at like what, 100, 120?
It also depends on what kind of Leatherman you're getting. I've literally never been a Leatherman kind of guy. I did try them once on a range. The thing that I didn't like about Leatherman, and I know that they have changed, is on the outside of the Leatherman, the tools were packed internally. So when you open up the Gerber or the actual Leatherman, the tools are facing out. So with that, your hand was squeezing the edge of the actual multi-tool. So you had this hard metal edge squeezing up against your hand. And when you're trying to pull, a hot barrel off of a machine gun and whip out your tool and try to get that round that's jammed in there, that edge can really freaking hurt, especially if you're not wearing gloves or something like that. But like right here, Walmart, going into the store, a Leatherman Wave, you're looking at 119. So as compared to a leather or but they do have a more basic one. It's around $80. So, you got to pick your poison on what you're willing to spend.
So Gerber, good to know.
Yep, I like them. They've always worked. I've never had a malfunction. I have had a broken blade just because I was prying on whatever I shouldn't have been prying on. And I just sent it back to Gerber and they sent me a new one. So that's how that worked out.
I just scored a old school Gerber, the first one they came out with. It's got the wide clamps on it. For like $25 at a thrift store, man. I couldn't believe it. I snatched it up quickly.
Oh man, you would be so surprised at what you can find in thrift stores. People get rid of stuff and they have absolutely no idea what they're getting rid of. Next one, folding knife. Again, this is a pick your poison. So you do not have to spend hundreds to thousands of dollars to get a good folding knife. And depending on what you are trying to do for that person in your own budget and their budget, because again, you're budgeting time into an individual. If you're going to teach them how to use a knife, when to use the knife, and all those different things, you don't want them taking a, prized possession knife that you just gave them. And then next thing you know, they snapped it in half because they don't listen. So I found a collection of brands that I like personally, starting with Gerber. Gerber knives. Are they a little bit more for the sharpening process? Yes. Are you going to get a lifetime warranty with that blade? Absolutely. Schrade is a good brand. Cold Steel is a good brand. Swiss Tech, surprisingly, which is Walmart exclusive, they make really damn good knives. Civivi, now being sold at Walmart. Ozark Trail. Now, I want to talk about this one real quick. Ozark Trail is a Walmart brand. They do sell it in other retailers, but they also fall under the same company umbrella. Are they great knives? No, they are not. But right now in Walmart, you can walk in and they're doing all their little Christmas, things. If you go back into the sporting goods section, you can find a box, I'm not kidding you, of 8 Ozark Trail folding knives for $25.
That's a
And
good deal.
yeah, now, are they going to last, the entirety of some horrendous thing? Probably not. But you've got 8 of them. And if you break one and you have to go to your next one, okay, now you've got 7 and 6. And if you take care of your stuff, they're not just going to snap. They're not just going to, like a folding knife is not going to explode in your hands. It's just not. So
Yeah, you got 8 stocking stuffers.
yeah, you do. So going on to the next one, which is communications. We were just talking about that. So while you guys were talking about the Baofeng, you can go onto Amazon right now. You can get a 2-pack Baofeng UV5R 8-watt ham radio, long range, UV5R dual band and all that for $57.99 Prime. It comes with 2 long whip antennas. It comes with 2 thumb antennas, 2 extended batteries, the programming cables, and all the works for $57.99. But here's the thing. So if you go into the comments, or not the comments, but the ratings onto Baofengs, you're going to hear a bunch of trash talkers. These radios were not meant to talk across the planet. They are line of sight radios, unless you are hooked up to a broadening antenna, say a 2-watt to 5-watt, or 2 meter to 5 meter. My bad. So are they meant for the most advanced communications ever? No. If you learn how to use the radio, you can do a whole lot of things with them. When we were down there doing search and recovery operations, I personally programmed everybody's radios for them. I taught them how to unlock them. I programmed them for them, and I made sure that all of the radio parameters all matched. We were talking at a distance in the woods for about 2.5 to 3 miles. Was it the best? No. Can you tell when somebody's on a Baofeng? Yes.
That's outstanding, man. In the woods for 3 miles, because I saw a deal where they did 3 miles on a road, like a straight highway. But that's pretty good in the woods.
Yeah. Now, mind you, this is me traveling to the top of a ridge line down to a riverbank. So there's a whole lot of stuff that does deal with antenna theory and radio theory, and where, like UHF versus VHF depends on how you push up and out. The other one pushes through. So UHF might be great for talking through a building. VHF might be better for talking on the outside. So moving on, combo, again, UV5R or the UV8R. Cordage, 550, bungee cords, nylon rope. Get them some kind of cordage and teach them how to tie a knot. Because most people's philosophy is, well, I can't tie a knot, so I'm going to tie a lot. No, learn how to tie a damn knot and teach them how to do it. I cannot stand ugly knots. Please teach your friends how to tie knots. Headlamp. So a couple of brands here. Coast, the RL27R Rechargeable Plus. It's 1,000 lumens, and it's a tricolor headlamp. Swiss Tech I got a rechargeable LED headlamp. It's IP54 weatherproof. It's motion activated, so you actually wave your hand by it and it turns on. That one's 680 lumens. Lightsol Bright Band rechargeable. That one's, it's a 350 lumen headlamp. But it's this little small thing. And it's actually, sometimes you don't have to have the sun in front of your face to be able to have a good headlamp. And then the good old classic Energizer Vision Ultra, they have a new one. It's actually 550 lumens. And it's all LED. Those Energizer ones are actually really good because you can get them in a 3-pack, sometimes a 5-pack. Water bottle. My preferred, and this is just me, is the Nalgene Sustain. It's the normal size body of a Nalgene, but it has a smaller neck and a smaller drinking spot. I like those better than the wide mouths, just because I tend to be sloppy, and if I'm on the run, I don't want to slop water everywhere. I just want to get it into my face hole. You can get them in off brands like Ozark Trail. They are still BPA free, but the BPA free part, really, regardless of the brand, is what you're looking for. So that's important. Drink mixes. I prefer Element, LMNT. Their packets are very salty. However, I think they're good. It's 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 600 milligrams of magnesium. About a year or so ago, I was on a contract and I had completely forgotten to eat. I got told, hey, we're going on this mission. It was summertime, and it's my fault. Did the mission, and at the very, very end of it, all of a sudden, my blood sugar completely tanked. I had absolutely nothing. I got violently sick. But I got back and I drank 2 of those element packets back to back, and it recovered me within about 10 to 15 minutes.
Are those single packs?
Yeah. Yeah. And if you go on to their website, drinklmnt.com, they have a whole bunch of stuff you can get. They also have a carbonated one, and they are delicious. I like them a lot, and I have them on a regular order.
How do they make a carbonated powder?
It's not a carbonated powder. It's actually a carbonated drink. It's got
it's
the
a liquid
same,
drink.
yeah, it's a liquid drink, but they've got the same amount of all of those different properties. A couple of other brands, Drip Drop, which I cannot drink because it's made by Gatorade, and I cannot drink Gatorade. Liquid IV and Propel, a couple of other common brands. You find them all over the place, but you can get them like, you can get these boxes of like 15 to 25 sticks, and they go great for increasing your calorie consumption and conserving your body's natural electrolytes while you're on the move. And then, of course, always up for discussion is the pew pew, the gun. That is a hard one. Would I buy a friend a gun? I don't know. I would buy my wife a gun. And those are things that you have to be cognizant of and regarding where you live and who the person is. That might not be their thing. So you can discuss the alternatives with them in the same manner we talked about on the other shows. Getting them a Byrna, getting them a taser, an actual pepper spray device, bear mace, all these different things. But get them something to defend themselves. The next DIY kit for a gift would be a DIY fire kit. And this is one of my faves. Fire rod, ferrocerium rod. You do not have to spend a ton of money on these things, but I would not suggest getting the one that, is the size of a matchstick. Get a good, beefy, good side ferro rod with a good piece of steel attached to it. UCO stormproof matches. You've seen them some people call them boat matches. You've seen them in a store. They're orange tipped. At least 2 small boxes of those. Frontier is the brand, but tumbleweeds, fire starters. They're these little, they literally look like a small bale of hay. They light on fire super fast, but you use those to get a bigger fire started. As a matter of fact, we've been using those every day downstairs since it started getting cold for our own fireplace. And it only takes one in my experience. Bic lighters. I would always go Bic. Bic tends to be the best brand as far as, disposable lighters. And once that Bic lighter is out of fluid, you can still use the actual spark to get stuff going. And then I know this one's going to sound weird, but vacuum sealed dryer lint. So this is definitely one that you have to teach them and show them how to do it. But one thing that we do here is we save our dryer lint. We put that into a small container and we actually vacuum seal that container. Dryer lint is one of the absolute best fire starters out there. You cannot go wrong with it. If you can get a spark into it, you will start a fire. Number 4, seed catalog for spring, summer, fall and winter. We already discussed that earlier. You can't go wrong. And then number 5 was actually trauma kit. So I'll just go down them. And I think for anybody who's wanting to build a trauma kit or a really, really good first aid kit, what they can do is go spend a little bit of money on a cheapy one. See the items that are actually in there, and then build your own list. So you need a tourniquets, preferably more than one. Hemostatic dressings, emergency bandages. You can also call them your trauma bandages or Israeli bandages. Chest seals. You need to have vented and non-vented chest seals for both the front and the back. Trauma shears. Trauma shears, you need to be able to cut away clothing to expose wounds and to complete your march sequence. Splints, your SAM splints, they are flexible metal that are covered on the outside with a durable foam. You can use them to shape around fractures, legs, ankles, all types of stuff. Gauze rolls. You can never have enough gauze, and you can never have enough pads. Medical gloves, preferably not with the talcum powder, and not with the other material that a lot of people are allergic to. Get some good medical gloves. Some people out there, you're trying to take care of them, you didn't know it, but they got that heebie-jeebie. You do not want that on you, just in case you might get a small cut.
You're talking about latex free?
Yes, latex free. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Medical gloves, and then you go on to your CPR mask. CPR mask is, honestly, I have actually seen people who didn't want to do CPR because they could not bring themselves to put their mouth on another human being. And then lastly, a space blanket. I have a preferred brand. It's actually called Don't Die in the Woods. That's the literal name.
I like them.
Yes.
Yeah, I like them.
They're a little bit thicker than your average space blanket, but those space blankets, when you face the shiny part in and you have a darker outside, the amount of warmth that you can trap into a person is incredible. So moving on to manuals and books. First one is TC 3.21-76. It used to be called SH 2176 for school handbook, also commonly referred to as the Ranger Handbook. I still have mine from back in the 90s, but you can find them online. And the SH is a different version of the legacy field manual 2176, which is also known as the Army Survival Manual. I still have my original FM 2176, and I always have it with me. It's an extremely great manual. Next one is the Prepper's Medical Handbook by William Forgy. He's an actual MD. It's an extremely well-written book. It is simple to read, and it goes very, very extensively into emergency procedures when you are not able to get to like a professional medical professional. The Guerrilla's Guide to the Baofeng Radio by NC Scout. Next one is How to Grow More Vegetables by John Jevons. And then, of course, if you're a person like me and you like series and you like apocalyptic, fiction, the 1 Second After series by William Forstchen is, you cannot go wrong with it. 1 second after, 1 year after, the final day, 48 hours, 5 years after. That's the whole series. And I have all of them. And I've read all of them. And they're amazing. And then the last one, the dead last one, is Going Home series by Angry American. It's a total of 11 books. Now, if you're just wanting to start them out, get them the first one and be like, you can spend the money on the rest, because you're going to spend a whole lot of money if you get all 11 books for someone. They have to mean a whole lot to you. Going Home, Surviving Home, Escaping Home, Forsaking Home, Resurrecting Home, Enforcing Home, Avenging Home, Home Invasion, Conflicted Home, Homecoming, Engineering Home. So that's the entire Going Home series by Angry American. So that is my shopping list for your newer preppers, and even somebody who, maybe is a little bit more mainstream and they are techie kind of people, and you can get them something that speaks to them.
So glad I went before you. Just saying. Rhonda.
Yes.
You're so quiet.
I'm taking it all in.
Buddy, you got anything else you want to talk about?
For once, I have nothing to add.
Nice. And I'm not going to ask Jeremy because we'll have another hour onto this podcast.
Oh, no. I may have forgotten some things, but that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
I will say my lovely wife brought me my dinner while we were all talking, so I've been shoving this into my face hole the whole time that we've been going at it.
Nice. Rhonda, you want to take us out?
No.
Well, at least say goodbye. All the fans have been waiting for you to come on.
Until next time. I'll be here more often, I promise.
Yeah. My Prepper brothers and sisters, stay prepped, stay happy. Thanks for listening, and good night.